Hi and welcome. My name is Katrina, and this is a Vampire the Masquerade stream, The Interludes. Scenes that take place between the end of season 2 and the start of season 3. I have a little more information to give before we start this episode. We are doing a little story within a story in the interludes. We are like focusing in on a little pocket adventure, if you like, that will primarily at the moment focus in on Shiv and Chris's character. There's another reason for that. Someone might be on holiday at the minute, so we're doing a little more in-depth interlude story, if you like. And it is titled The Guest. We vaguely started it last episode, but now we are definitely starting this little side quest, if you like. So, a little bit of information before we start this evening's episode. So, as per usual, I would like my lovely players to introduce themselves as well as their characters.
And because I always mess up tie, please go ahead.
Well, hi, I'm Ty, and knowing our storyteller, I wish I was on vacation, because this is probably going to be painful. So I play Christopher Masters, a 10th generation Manchu, the prince of the city, and... Is it worth it? Is it really? I don't know.
I almost have sympathy for you. Almost. Hi, I'm Marianne. I play Siobhan Price, 10th generation Toreador and Primogen of this fair city of Boston. Bring on the pain.
Bring on the pain. Also, a little, hopefully, some exciting other things will happen in this side story within the interludes.
Small campaign? I don't
Small
know.
campaign within the interlude. There might pop up another player. I'm just saying. Things are in the works. Because I like to torture more than 2 players. It's just my jam. That's just what happens.
2 is just simply not enough for her.
And not enough pain for me. It's I need more pleasure. Pain is pleasure. But there you go.
I'm gonna stand on mine. 6 seasons on a movie.
And obviously, if it hasn't been said before, and I think we have had this, this is called disclosure. We are playing a game that is not for kids or even young teens or preteens. We are playing a game that is primarily focused for a more adult audience. The themes and context is not for young players, so keep that in mind. There might be triggers and of course trigger warning all the way. And I do discuss all topics with my players, so we don't overstep any person's boundaries, and this is massively important. We have also spoken about this behind the scenes episode. I'm just saying, as it so it's set. Don't look so worried, Taya. So, actually, we're not going to jump. Well, we're going to stay in year 3, and we are going to actually follow up directly into the night we left. And we left them in different locations. Gifts had been given, gifts that seemed both valuable and precious, and perhaps mysterious and perhaps occult. They clearly left a lasting impression on both kindreds. But who would give such precious things, and why has not been determined still.
And Shiv stole mine.
It's for your own good. It's simply for your own good. I'm just trying to do the best work so I can possibly give the prince all the information that is needed to venture forward with these gifts.
And be successful.
I actually don't do this in my best interest, but that's not why Shiv is doing it. Motives matter.
Clean, good fun. Well, with no more delays, we're gonna jump into this night where we left it, as we're gonna yet again focus directly in on the prince. Of course, we must not let him wait, as he has a meeting to attend.
I mean, after all, he's a very, very important person.
VIP!
Oh yeah, the crow. Well, I'm guessing he's still feeling a bit rattled about who sent the gift, the nature of the gift, and the rather unpleasant effect it seems to have on anyone around him, or around it. He's sort of half worried about leaving it at Shiv's and half glad it's there.
It's a complicated emotion actually, because you definitely know it, whatever it is, it's valuable, and it's not just a knick-knack.
No, and it's just it's a serious message in one way or another. It's not something that is lightly shipped off to someone by persons unknown.
Well, JJ is driving. It's a very short distance between here and the Crow's domain, which is the bookstore. Well, no, it's not a bookstore. It's more of a antique bookstore. Well, a combination of sorts. Are you all right, sir?
Better know, JJ. Better know. But still, this thing troubles me. It was an expensive piece. It's not something that is sent frivolously. There's a meaning in there.
Do you deem it threatening, sir?
It's an omen one way or another. Whether it's ill or something else, I do not know. But, I mean, who undisclosed and unsolicited sends expensive artifacts to someone out of the blue?
It could go both ways, sir. Trojan horse or someone seeking allies.
Exactly. But I'm sure we will learn more of it in the nights to come. Though I'm not holding up very high hopes that our investigations into it will prove particularly fruitful.
Well, if you left it in Miss Price's capable hands, I'm sure.
Yes, and we'll ask our house wizards to take a look at it tomorrow as well.
I should,
See
yeah,
if you can find.
you're getting closer to the destination, and as you stop, JJ actually leans over the side. Are you confident in the Winter's position here, sir? My job is to protect you above all.
I'm confident that she's more useful at the moment than a burden. If that's gonna stay that way in the future, that remains to be seen. I mean, she's a Tremere first and foremost, and we all know what they are capable of. And there have been some rumors about her affiliation.
You know that I would go to great lengths to protect you, sir.
And I appreciate it. I truly do, JJ.
It's also the legacy that you represent. And I know the first night was troubling. And there are secrets in that night and the nights that came after that needs to be protected, sir.
I know. My one positive outlook on this in what sense is that if the Winter really is what I believe her to be, we represent no threat to that which she seeks to uphold, or rather, it's quite the contrary.
You see almost JJ frowns, almost like sad for a minute. Of course, sir.
Though knowing the exact nature of what has transpired between her and Hashimoto would probably be beneficial. They do know each other. There is some history there. And I'm not entirely certain it's good. I'm not entirely certain that it's bad. But His usually stoic face did betray him and show emotion when she introduced herself at the Elysium.
I might just be a worried guardian, Malish. But I think it's important that I keep all my senses alert.
I agree on that.
And here we are. So she walks, she stops the car, she goes out, she opens the door for you.
Thank you. Will probably take a little while, but hopefully not the rest of the night.
Of course.
It depends how the conversation goes. I give her a smile, fixes his suit, touches up its tie, and strides towards the entrance of the shop.
At that moment, the camera's going to pan out for a minute, and we're going to focus back in on Shiv. And there you are, in your gallery, with your precious things. The painting, and the scarab.
I think I've put the scarab inside the little suitcase that it was carried in. And because of what I want to do with this item, I cannot do here. So what I want to do is focus in on the painting for now. And so, yeah, go upstairs and see if... Did I ask Jade to go or did I ask her to start? No, I didn't do that. Yeah, I'm going to go up and then I'm going to put it in the machine. I cannot remember what it's called right now.
But I know what it is. It reads through the layers of
it does.
paint. Yeah.
Yes.
Pardon?
I mean, back then the machines weren't that heavy process-wise, so it's probably going to take some time. But I'm at least going to start it up. And if Nathaniel is there, I'm going to ask him to watch it. Yeah.
He is more than happy to.
And please do make sure Jade is okay.
Of course, mistress. She seems very capable.
I know you can do more than babysitting.
I'm curious, mistress, if I'm not overstepping my boundaries. Why have you not taken her into the flock? The fold? She would be a powerful asset. I would even say, not that I don't appreciate my standing in position and hopes for the future. But it's strange. She seems like such a prospect.
I do think you are actually overstepping here.
I'm sorry, mistress, of course. I do apologize. I will not mention it again.
I think I'll turn around from him and walk away and go back to the Y, to my hotel, because I have something very precious in the safe that I want to use.
Are you going to indulge?
No, not that. I think back in season 2, I received a little gift from my loved one.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I want to see if there is more to this scarab than meets the eye or the mind.
As you're walking into the Y, you see Adnan at the front desk, and he's clearly on the phone, like headset, actually talking. And when he sees you, Mistress, and he's like, a whole floor. And then he's like checking the computer. A whole.
I'll walk very slowly past him.
I'm sure that is not a problem. Brilliant. I need a name for this. All right. Mr. Castor, you say? Yes. Tomorrow night. Of course. Not a problem, sir.
I'll just smile and walk
He
away.
nods.
Does that name ring a bell? Wondering if he is of our kind or mortal. Interesting.
You take your elevator up to your private quarters, where you obviously you're gonna meet Eve, Mistress.
Eve, darling, how has your night been?
Well, Adnan has been actually keeping me a little bit busy, but besides that,
Do you know about this? I'm guessing it's a guest.
no,
That's- I just picked up some words. Maybe I was mistaken, but it sounded like someone wanted to order an entire floor.
no, that's good, right, Mistress?
Oh. Well, depending on who it is, but yeah, business is business, right?
Of course, Mistress.
And I do like new blood in town.
May I be of any help or assistance?
I mean, right now I'm not sure, but look into who it is. Might be worth it, and be prepared for his arrival.
An entire floor, fresh flowers, all the fixes and trimmings of someone of that level. VIP treatment, perhaps, then, Mistress.
Yes, and give him a token for the Nemorello.
Of course.
It
I'll
might-
make sure they are treated at the highest level of accommodations. Service mind, of course. I'll get
And I
to
was
it
about
straight
to
away.
say that you could take the night off, but I don't think that's. No.
I
Get
do
back
not
to work,
need
I
one.
guess.
Thank you, Mistress. She bows and she makes her way downstairs to Adnan.
And I'm going to go into. I'm just sorry. I just need to do time calculations in my head. We are year 3 now. No. I'm going to go into my bedroom.
Mhm.
It's a very, very grand room. Very, very high under the ceiling. It's painted in, or well, it's not painted, it's like tapestry. Very, 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 very dark, almost black, plum colored.
Beautiful.
And it kind of, it meets a clint, the kiss, that hangs over a very, very large,
Oh,
larger than normal.
Gustav Klimt, the
Yeah.
kiss. Yes.
And it's just a very, very simple bed in the middle.
You need no more.
And behind the clint there is a safe, obviously. Very cliche, but that's where it is. And I will pull out a pair of kind of looks like, I would say, tacky 90s sunglasses with like tinted
Glass.
like it's like purplish, blue to purplish.
Very Bono. Very Bono from U2.
It is. And I'm going to take them out, put them on, and once again, I'm going to use Auspex through these glasses, looking at the scarab.
Did you bring the scarab?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
That's
you
why
did?
yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
why
in the suitcase,
I
yeah.
packed it back in the suitcase again.
All right, then. Before she gets that information, the camera's going to snap back as the prince is being greeted by the crow. He opens the door to his establishment.
Good evening.
My prince.
Thank you, Mr. Crow.
Out of the out of the dark night, to safer harbors, my liege.
Thank you. It is a bit chilly outside. November in Boston.
I think the rain will soon change its physique. Snow. It feels like it is in our future quite soon.
Well, winter wonderland then. Oh.
Right.
Boston, grey landscape of dreariness. He gives
Please,
a smile.
let's go down to my private quarters. It's more suitable for this meet, I think.
Thank you. I walked through the follow him and I let my eyes glide around the shop, looking at them.
There's weird knickknacks and books, and it looks old. Beautiful, but old.
Yeah.
Very The Ninth Gate. If you need a movie reference.
Yeah. Is there like a second floor towards?
Yeah, I described that last time. There is a spinal
spinal trap.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Oh, and he looks around. He's just achieved a bit more respect and understand or appreciation, though he's by far from well read or any literary person. He's getting a bit more respect for it in the last couple of years. Been smoothing off out some of his rougher street edges, trying to be a bit more educated.
Well, he's like, please, there's Prince, leave your worries at the door. You are in a safe harbor. He walks down. He is quite friendly. You walk down to the great, almost catacombic, like living room with the tunnels going, like the high stone the roof floor and the fireplace, but it's now just embers and chandeliers. So it's dimly lit, as it was the last time, with Chesterfield furniture and great beautiful rugs and a quite grand oak coffee table.
As elegant as I remember.
Well, it's my reading nook, if you like, Prince.
And a fine place for it, I'm sure. I'll take a seat where you just not. No, I'm glad you had time to see me. It's been too long since we spoke in confidence and privacy.
Quite right.
Yes, I've been busy. The last years I've been busy, I'm afraid. There's been much to deal with.
As for any great leaders, the Knights are not necessarily kind. But you have prevailed, Prince.
Thank you.
Still young.
Well, I have been fortunate to have such esteemed elders in the city to help guide it and keep it safe.
Well,
and I do believe we have. We do have some history together from before my ascendancy to my current position as well. So I do feel there is, if I'm not being too forward, a sense of, shall I say, not only mutual respect, but a sense of understanding to a degree, I believe.
I would agree very much in that statement, Prince.
It's been a while now since the Annex attacked, and we have been rebuilding the city. New kindred has either come from outside to take up residence, or some have been given leave to embrace and bring children into this night. And, well, I will be blunt. I find that it would be important to re-establish old friendships and re-solidify bonds. It's
a smart move, Prince, and I would lie if I haven't expected this visit in such an errand.
Well, I'm not surprised. You're an intelligent man.
No, thank
And
you.
a well-placed one as well. To put it like that, I do believe we can continue having a mutual beneficial relationship.
Most definitely.
But before we go any further, I just, out of respect and politeness, how does your child fare? Have you any contact with her these nights?
I do.
Good. I know that hers and mine embrace, of course, were completely different in tone, but both took place under special circumstances, and I do know the importance of being able to confer with one's sire and the problems of being robbed of that opportunity.
She is her own being, my prince, as well. Of course, I have influence. The blood makes it so. And, of course, she also has her loyalty to her human bloodline as well. But she is an individual, nonetheless.
Certainly. But it's one woman that was put into not the most easiest of circumstances. It can take a toll always balancing a tightrope, keeping one face for the world outside, and
I fear fatigue, my prince. This is the one thing I do fear, is fatigue. To not be one's natural self, even for me and my clan who hides in the shadow and puts on masks, naturally and comfortably. But if there's no room, no kinship, no safe harbor except for your blood father, I fear she might be led astray, Prince. Is there perhaps a way to give her a greater purpose?
of course, and you know that I will always protect her. I do feel responsible for her well-being as well, given the circumstances of her coming into this world and our role in playing in a city. And if the burden to keep hiding ever becomes too much, there should always be a way to extract her from that position and have her live her own true life as she would like, even if it could be difficult.
And that's the one fear I have. She's young, and she has sacrificed.
What she has.
For me, and her blood relative, her great-grandfather. To exist and live was for us. I fear that we have denied her the beauty of the night. He actually looks concerned when he's actually also leaning he's very large, natural, like visage. He's like, I fear we were selfish men. Not narcissistic, but greedy in our own emotions, unterrified of loss. We put her safe, yes we did. But it's like a beautiful caged bird. We clipped her wings, my prince. I have worry. I have worry for what we did, if it was right. I'm sorry if I'm very honest and very candid.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate your confidence in me to feel that you could be able to speak so freely. I take it as a sign of great esteem, and I'm glad that you speak so. And it pains me to hear this, but it's not entirely surprising. I might not be of your clan, but I come from a human background where I myself often was forced to wear masks in order to survive. to keep my
Yes.
thoughts and emotions to myself, and it is a lonely life.
Sometimes too lonely, Prince. Sometimes too lonely.
Like I said, if a change is needed, I'm sure we can find one. I don't think you would like to send her away, of course, but if you think she would be happier living as herself in another city, we could easily set her up. New York is not that far away, and I'm sure she'll be welcome there. I have contacts. Or if you would like her to live as herself in this city, I'm sure we could reinvent her to become herself in some way. But that would take some time. It would mean that Sakura would have to, the ruby spider would have to go away and to come back as herself.
I think
And also,
I think a candid meeting with Miss Price and you and Sakura would be granted for such a thing.
probably a wise way. And of course, you must have. I'm sure she has her own opinions and thought as well. We shouldn't be laying too much plans, reading too much into anything before conferring to her. I mean, yes, we are. I am the prince, and you are her sire. But like you said, she is her own person, very much so. But I'm confident that Shiv also would appreciate her well-being and understands the difficult positions she is in.
He actually gets up again. He said, there is a worry with this, you see. Because there is a loyalty and power within the clan itself as well. The Queen of Bones has an allure to us. Not to me personally, but I understand the young ones. I understand why she would have such an appeal. I'm worried that she would... I'm even worried over the Anarchs finding Sakura's heir. I'm worried we put too much responsibility on her to keep us all safe. She's not just carrying her own safety, she's carrying even you, Prince.
To a certain degree, most certainly. Though I am also a bit worried of that. I mean, I can understand you might wish to keep her out of the influence of the Queen of Bones. That is most definitely understandable. But it also gives me a bit pause is her connection in one sense to Hashimoto as well, because he might have enemies. I don't know how he stands with the Queen of Bones, or if they're on good terms, or if there are others in the city that might exploit the fact if they knew of her true bloodline.
I'm worried about all these things, Prince. I'm worried
But
about
know
all
that,
these things. And this is the
know
reason
that
why we need to have this conversation now in a time of peace and calm. You are now more of a seasoned prince than you were 3 years ago. You understand more about our society and how things work. You also understand that Sakura might be a dangerous little bomb for our world. She has needs. She is an individual.
But
I beg of you
dangerous,
just to
no.
think of it.
I will, but I can assure you, and I give you my word, that dangerous or not, whatever indiscretions towards all laws that I might have been involved in myself regarding her creation, I do give you my word that I will protect her to my utmost mobility no matter what happens. Of that, I swear.
I do not doubt your convictions and your words, my prince, and I will be loyal to you until I cannot, because I will not be. You have my allegiance.
I appreciate that. And I'm sure that working together we can ensure that we both stay safe, and not the least ensure that Sakura stays safe.
I have a request, and you will not like it.
Ask of it.
The Queen of Bones, for the Nosferatu, she is terribly strong. Terribly strong.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a counterpoint to the clan, let me build the clan bigger with individuals that I know will follow our cause. But it means Nosferatu being the biggest clan again, sire. But if not, I have no sway. The Queen of Bones can even turn old Molly's head if she so pleases. She's older, powerful, and now she sits on an old throne. Even though the Black Lily's lineage turned foul, it still has potency within my clan.
That is another matter that is not a pleasant one to talk about. How much do you know about the place she has taken up residence?
Too much or too little, I am unsure. I know it's a dark and complicated place. I read books over the decades describing Cop Hill and what it was for the natives, the settlers, and
there is
others.
A gate there to a place far fouler than any of our kindred ever could even remotely dream of becoming on their own.
So she sits so close to this, and even if she doesn't know how to wield it, even she just portrays that she can, plays the part. She's powerful, Prince.
I know.
Deadly so.
So far she's backed off the place after I laid down the law on her, and my little birds tell me that so far she has not reattempted her probing of the place, because even though she knows it's there, she also fears it as she should be. It is
of course
easier to be devoured by it than to control it, but
you must think of this, Prince. She probably knows more than what you think. If she is, well, she is there. She's close to it. Always presume
Indeed.
She knows more. Always presume whatever kindness of actions of calm is biding time.
Oh, I'd have no illusions about her. Either her capabilities, her friendliness, or her...
Prince, if I can ask of something, and I'll ask it again, let me help you build the Nosferatu house within Boston. You need more allies. Yes, you are a good prince, you are just and fair, but you are young. You are no stronger than your weakest link.
So far, though, there's a problem with expanding one clan above the others, and that comes from one of the reasons why they accepted me in the first place. If it is to be done, it must be done quietly and time-bidingly.
Or you make a good reason, sir.
First
Imagine
of all,
threat or not or other.
First of all, we can begin. What like you said, do you want to invite in someone you trust, or would you thinking about siring progeny?
No, someone I most definitely trust.
Because as you said, young ones easily swayed.
No, this will
An
be
extended visitor to the city is a good way to begin. Officially appeared out. But as I said, we might need an excuse. I think that is true. And in return, of course, I would appreciate it if I could rely on you to be eyes and ears in places where I cannot myself see.
I will be at your service and need, my prince. I will link myself to, if you title me, that would also help.
We can do that. So let's begin with you bringing in a guest to the city for the express reason of, well, a threat, you say. I have an idea on that, but I might need your help to facilitate it. How soon could you bring this person into the city, if need be?
It does not need more time than but a mere week.
Let's say 12 days till he arrives.
A fortnight. He says a fortnight.
Let's say fortnight, that's good. And in 10 days, there will be an attempt on my life. I believe a car bomb would be sufficient.
Yes. Clever.
It would need to injure me somewhat, but not too much. I cannot keep JJ out of it. Not only because I don't wish to see her come to harm, but also because she would be so doggedly in tracking down whoever did it that she might inadvertently give away the game by discovering what really happened. We can later tie it up by not linking it to Vampire Society at all, but to disgruntled factions within my human lineage.
This makes sense.
So far I have been most well liked by the families of Boston. My pipe being a pipeline for them to whitewash cash makes them appreciate it, but it might make other families outside the city jealous, so maybe someone from New Jersey. It shouldn't be that hard for me to find a patsy to play the part.
I think we have a sound understanding and plan ahead, Prince.
And in due time, when he's well entrenched, established as a long-time guest, I will grant him a special clemency to take a permanent residence in the city for services rendered.
All this, well, who would negate it? I think even the Malkov Primogens would applaud such a deal. On a request.
Well, excellent.
Or credence.
We have a
no, credence. What's it called? A creed. Decree.
Yeah,
decree.
creed.
Such
Yeah,
a
creed.
decree. Credence.
Good.
Credence Clearwater Revival. Such a decree.
Unfortunate son.
Sometimes the words are
Bad Moon Rising, indeed.
Bad Moon Rising,
No,
indeed.
but then we have a plan, yes. One last thing before I leave. You are a knowledgeable man. You're both in antiquities and old tombs and such like.
Dad? Smiles with his big weird head.
What knowledge do you have about spirits? Particularly the spirits of restless dead, ghosts, wraiths, whatever you would like to call it. Do you have any knowledge in that area?
A little bit, but I have tombs on the matter. I know they are, if they get to a specific, lack of a better term, age, they are like, lack of a better term, like herpes. Very hard to impossible to get rid of. They can anchor themselves to this world. Young ones are easily called to oblivion, to the land of the dead. The ones that are old and stuck, they tether themselves through sorrow, vengeance, hate, or even love to this plane.
I have invested some time and money in a little pet research project and have acquired an, I wouldn't term her assistant, more of a acquaintance who's been doing some research on that. If I were to arrange a meeting between the two of you, perhaps you could assist her and point her and help her with some knowledge.
Of course.
On the matter.
Of course. As a servitude of the throne, of course. It would be my pleasure.
Excellent. But I will ask you to keep her person as quietly and discreet as possible. I don't wish her to become the focus of attention of anyone of our kind. She suffered enough in her life. She does not need to be potentially used as a pawn in any of our adversaries' game.
Of course.
Well, I should get going, but a last question, and a frank one, since we are being so honest. Miss De Winter.
Yes.
Do you know her before she came? Have you have any information about her? And if not, or even if you do, what is your thought about her?
She's dangerous. She's a white shark.
That much I agree. Do you know if there's any credence to the rumors of her affiliation within the Camarilla?
She has been known to work with the Justicats.
I'm not asking you to betray any confidences, and if you don't feel you can disclose anything out of any friendship or allegiance to Hashimoto, please do not be afraid to not answer, but it seemed to me that there might be some history between the two of them.
they have crossed paths in their lives, their undead lives. They have crossed paths. They do
And it
not
left.
agree with the fall of the tower.
It was before my time, and what I've learned of it is, to put it like this, it's probably the best example of why we need the masquerade that
Most
I can think
definitely.
of. Something the Anarchs don't feel fully appreciate and understand.
The conversation between you and the crow at that point seems to fizzle out, and
I'll take my leave.
you take your
And,
leave.
Yep.
You have things to do. And as you leave, the camera's going to pan back into Shiv's humble abode.
Mm-hmm.
The glasses.
Yeah. So.
And what's in? Is there a special lens?
Yes, there is. Marianne does not understand it completely, but there is something in it. Magnifies Auspex
It does
powers,
indeed.
I believe. Yeah. Her little artifacts of her own, left by Aiden. So yeah, I can't remember completely how it was, but I activate
use Auspex.
one of
that's
yeah.
and it's sense unseen.
Yeah, exactly.
Helping you out here.
No. I had that.
Yeah.
I knew that was what I wanted to use, but I just so yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the red, the nice red. Yeah, the nice one.
Well, then we have a. Do we have a Mystic Critical?
It's only one of them. So, but yes.
Well, check the rules, because if so, but then again, it can be a small messy because you're alone anyways, so it doesn't really matter. So
I can't remember where I read about that. Jesus, again, I am the noob of the gang, and I'm so sorry to everyone.
But he's looking it up. I'm a little bit unsure.
Oh, he is cool. Because
he's looking it up.
I don't know.
The book is over there, I can't reach it, and but yeah, sometimes I also need to look up stuff. But I'll deem it as, like, if it's a Mystic Critical, it's a very small one, and you're going to show disciplines in your visage as you do, like a little bit of Galadriel mode, but nobody's looking. There's no onlookers.
No, I mean I'm in deep.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, and I'm not gonna give you a stain for it, because that's stupid. You might burn a blood. I'll deem that. Yeah. So you'll burn a blood.
When you say burn a blood, what do you mean?
Well, you're more hungry.
Okay, yeah, that's what you. Okay, thank you.
I'm saying like the old system, but the new system. You're more hungry.
Yeah.
More hunger die.
That was what I thought you meant.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Burn blood. Old system. New system. You put it on, and you Auspex. This beautiful thing. It mesmerizes you, because it glitters in like the deepest purples and the most beautiful deepest red tones, and it almost like it calls to you, and you know the casing, like the black scarab, it's not black at all. There's deep tones of purple and red in it. And it's hollow. And you see through it, and it's like, oh gosh, it contains things. And then you see there is almost like a little stinger that goes from the inside to the outside. That's now hidden. Little trigger on the belly of the scarab.
And if I interact with that?
And it's like, as when you touch it, it's like it's not really doing much now. But it's like almost like it sings to you. It's telling you, it's like how, like you just know, you see almost like around your feet, and when you're looking at it, because of the sense unseen, but you're getting a little bit of visions in. You see hands, you see the red moon, and you see someone loved this. Someone made this. Took time. It took like decades to create this thing. The gift is insane. And it has such a hidden promise. Something old made this. And you feel like almost like the beast saying, this is an artifact. It's from the first. It's old. It's old. And she laughs like almost like hysterically happy. Almost like you can feel the beast twirling around. Almost think, can you hear it? Can you hear him? It's old. And then almost like that, just staring at it, just the colors bleed out, and almost like you see the red blood cells, like in the old Dracula movie from Bram Stoker, when you see it just dribbles and you just see the red blood cells and you just get fixated on it. It's like it's blood linked. It's blood linked. It's blood. The answer is the blood. The answer is in the blood. Van Helsing quote. It's the answer is the blood. The blood is the key.
Yeah, but whose blood? I mean, Marianne is thinking that I want to force out some blood and like connect with the stinger. That's what I want to do.
But it nothing happens.
Nothing happens, no. So it's not.
No, and you're
something very specific.
Yeah, and it's like you don't know how to, and it's almost like you're so excited. You're so excited, but you don't like. It's like, ugh, what does it do? But it's old, and like the beast is just elated. And it's like something old in your blood is like, because you also have a lineage. It's like all the oldness of your heritage is it's elated. It's like you have this thing. This is. And you feel actually accelerated. You feel almost like you feel a blood tear. You're like almost like, oh my, what am I holding? It's making you feel hope. It's making you feel happy. It's making you feel connected to things. It's strange. It's almost like someone gave you something that you wanted, but you didn't know you needed it. It's almost like you want to fall to your knees and just cradle it and just thank someone. Strange feeling.
I definitely do not want to give this away.
No.
Oh.
You don't even know how to use it, but you feel hope somehow. You feel hope.
I think to the floor above, well, the top floor. I think to them. I think to that blood. I think to him. What would you do? Gotta keep it.
It just sits in your hand, and it's almost like it's like a little puppy just melts in your hand. But even though it's cold glass gold, but it just, I don't know, you feel very much connected to it. I hope, is it good enough description?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But I think I am holding it. Like as you say, I probably have fallen to my knees, and I probably am holding it very close to my heart.
That feels natural. Nothing's happening, but just the act of it feels almost in revere, almost divine.
What do you do, little thing? Who do you belong to? Are you mine now? It is making me hungry.
Oh, but it does indeed. And yeah, you feel I could go for a nibble.
I think Shiv has a lot of secret places to hide things. So she'll put it somewhere safe before she goes out. for a little midnight snack.
For a midnight snack.
Yeah, probably down to the velvet rope right now because it's close.
Suitable. On that note, we're going to have a little break. Just a little one. Before we dive into part 2 of this interlude. Yes. We'll see what happens. We'll be back in a few. Bye. Hi, and welcome back from the break. Some interesting things are happening at the minute. At this time, Chris has now left the Crow's residence. Is he now heading to his own humble abode?
He's going to step into the car with little JJ. Had JJ drive him a couple blocks, and then he's probably going to need to have a little snack also, because his little mental duel with Shiv early on the day left him a bit peckish. Just need some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Hannibal quote. Well, on that note, I'm gonna deem it so. I know you, Shiv, is curious about the painting and how it's rendered, and that's gonna be the last scene of the night before I push you into this sleep, and then the next night. So you both feed. We're not gonna play that out right now. You feed successfully. And after the feeding, you go back to the York and have a look.
Mm-hmm. Is it quiet or is it still
Quiet?
light?
No, because it's close to dawn.
Good.
Just still it lingers a little bit of the marana and the smoke in the air, but that's it.
Yeah, go up to the second floor and I don't know what we call it. Office space. Yeah.
Well, you see on the screen because
Map.
because it's scanning it, so you see it on the screen. And yes, there is definitely another image.
Something I can can I see what it is? Because obviously I'm guessing it's the infrared and it will kind of.
It's almost like when you're walking into the room and you're walking almost like it's I'm going to do a little bit slow-mo. Because you see it on the screen, and as you get close to the screen, and it's very grainy because it's not like, oh, that's another painting in the painting. You see the residue of the paint, but like the infrared, like what it picks up when it's scanning it. You see it's like a big grand almost like a boulevard, but in Egyptian time towards a temple. And when you see it, you get really uncomfortable. And you feel almost like your blood is freaking out a little bit.
Don't know what temple it is by any chance. Don't
You know.
There is no symbols,
Never.
nothing. No.
Nothing. It's clean. But it's very like it's not that like, but it's very square. It's very temple. It's very Egyptian, old Egyptian.
Yeah.
Predating the pyramids by several hundred years. But it makes you very uncomfortable to look at it. Because it also flickers, you see the screen, and it's almost like it's trying to read it, and you feel your blood, you feel the beast like, no, turn it off, no. She shouts.
Away. I turn away from it. I'm not turning it off, but I'm turning away from it, trying to not look at it. first Egypt. What does it mean? Who is it from? Why was it sent? Who? Hmm. Can we do a little int check if I've read any lore, which Shiv has been at least trying to dig into like a little bit more.
Yeah, I know you have.
Yeah.
You can roll an int occult, int law, even int academics. I'll give.
Yeah. No, I fed, so I want to have one. Cool. 4.
You're stumped.
Great.
You actually, yes, of course, kindreds was in Egypt, in the old country. Of course they were, because the old ones were. But what this means, you're unsure.
I think I will. Well, I will stop the machine if it's done, and then I'll actually hurriedly like wrap the painting, and I will take it down to the vault on the first floor, and I will. No, I will not do that. I will bring it home to the Y. Yes, that's what I will do.
Yeah, I would be surprised if you left it.
No,
Even this feels like it's not like the scarab, but it still feels like it's almost like it's like
But
a
it's-
looking glass. It's weird. You have this feeling that it's not just 3-dimensional thing. You feel like it's this almost like you could put your hand in there and touch history.
Yeah. And I was also thinking or wondering about the duality of these two objects. Because one part of me is obsessing over the scarab and wants nothing more but to keep it close. But
And
this
the other one
painting is something completely different.
different. It's not like, oh, I want to look more. It's more like, no. I've seen enough. I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm just wondering if it would invoke the same feeling in Christopher. Or the opposite. Yeah, I'm thinking about these things as I go home.
Yes, because like Shiv is a very smart gal. Of course she's gonna think, why were we given these things? They are obviously connected. It's blatantly obvious.
Why us? And
Why
is there
us?
more objects? That's like I would actually the next day
I would presume you need to see if Chris reacts to it, or if he knows, if anybody of the Primogens have they been given this. But
exactly.
do you say so?
We'll see.
We'll see. On that note, you undead beauties, you're gonna find your rest. But you dream. And you don't dream. But you both see, in a weird dreamscape vision, is a sarcophagus, a mummy, and it's in amber red, sitting in the sand. And you're sitting there just looking at it in quiet revere, not fearful, not necessarily like in awe, but observing it. Beautiful, deep ruby red sarcophagus that does not exist. Beautifully carved with the glyphs And this is what you wake with. And you can do a hunger die.
Can I try and recollect these glyphs and sketch it out?
Yes, and I'll give them to you.
Yeah.
As I said, it felt like a very like calm dreamscape. Like in a night, you're sitting in a desert and you're just staring at this beautiful red, unnaturally ruby red sarcophagus, like a David Lynch-esque scene. But you're just staring at it. And it doesn't feel like an invitation. It doesn't feel scary. It doesn't feel with promise. It just feels as it is. It is like it exists. But it's startling to dream because you don't. For Shiv as well, it's like when she sits up. Dream.
I mean,
Don't
the
dream.
only one that she knows has dreamt was Aiden. At least that's what he said.
It did.
Is there no one other that can influence us? That can give us this?
You like find because I'm guessing you have paper and
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
sketching it down.
Yeah, not because I understand them at all, but just because she has that kind of, well, if the dream was clear enough, she would have
It was
kind of
very clear.
memory that would.
It was very clear. It was
Yeah.
almost like the Cell-esque, like the Cell movie as well. Like you're sitting there in a very vivid dreamscape, and you were looking at it, and it was the most beautiful Egyptian sarcophagus. Ruby red, like shimmering, almost like in glass, almost, but solid. It not see through, but it was just beautiful.
And just trying to connect the dots between the painting as it was, the scarab, and obviously what was behind the red moon and the desert landscape. There is a clear connection.
And for a moment, actually, she feels like you have been beautifully distracted. Just for a minute. And then the winter pops into your mind.
Why? I don't know that she's coming. Shiv
Oh,
doesn't
she.
know.
No,
Shiv doesn't.
Oh, she doesn't know. Okay, we're
No.
going to go into a scene with Kristan as his morning starts. And are you at the master's estate or?
Yeah, he spent the night at the master's estate. He wakes up, he goes into the bathroom, takes a long, hot shower, comes out, picks out attire for the day. Not practical today. It's going to be a bit more work, less formal meeting. Grey, more maneuverable dress pants, but not like really fancy. Dark blue turtleneck.
But I'm going to actually say at this point, you actually feel like you need another ghoul for house maintenance.
Yeah.
You have enforcer ghouls and you have power ghouls, but you need an assistant.
Oh no, he needs a lot of ghouls.
Yes, you do.
I intend to. I intend to. I think since he's really invested in using humans as his power base in a sense, as in like appealing to that sense where most vampires do. I'm probably gonna end up having so many ghouls he's gonna have problem feeding them all. No, he needs an assistant. Maybe we'll go start looking for an assistant. Start an interview process. Yes.
Because you need a tech, and you need
I need a tech, I need an assistant, and yeah.
Because you know now, you also understand how much JJ has been doing for you. And she's supposed to be an enforcer, but she
Yep.
does a
No,
lot of your private, personal affairs.
We start lighting her whole load today. Puts on like a dark blue turtleneck and brown suede leather jacket, and he goes up.
Because you sleep
bit
in the
early
sub-level, the big
Yeah.
bedroom sub-level,
Yeah.
yeah.
Goes up, puts on a cappuccino to have
Gives you
the
like
smell, and then he'll call for JJ.
She spent the night because she stays there. And she's dressed in a black t-shirt, very tight leather jacket, black denim pants. She's Malish.
Please scan the car for bugs to make sure that no one is listening at it, and then we'll go for a ride.
Of course, Malish. Anything on the agenda today, sir?
Yes, we're gonna start looking for some relief workers to help take some of the load off your burdens.
Oh.
You've been
We've
been worked too thin.
Appreciate it, sir.
It's not good. And also, but yes, bring the car around and we'll go for a drive.
The gift, sir.
Yes, we'll send the Mr. Winter will go and take a look at it now today at Shiv's place. I assume that might cause a bit of a rift. There was a gleam in Shiv's eye last night that was anything less than pleasant. But that's her problem. We'll worry about it when we get a report from it, from the two of them.
Okay.
See if we cannot shake something loose. And a little while later, when I'm in the car and she's driving off, driving around the city, I just feel like taking it all in.
Of course.
And I sit in the back and he's quiet for a while, and then in 9 nights' time, JJ, there will be an assassination attempt on my life.
She stops immediately and pulls into the side. Malish.
I need you not to look too much into it. I'll make sure that a suitable patsy eventually will be found, but we will call out for outside help in this. We will appeal to Nosferatus for information gathering, and the Crow will most kindly lend us a guest to the city that will work it and uncover the plot. It will be traced back to my mortal side and not to the Kindred Society, and thus should not be of any consequence for the rest of the city.
But
once this is done, we will
Sire Malish, can we use a body double, at least?
No, I need to be injured. You need to make
it's
a controlled enough
Malish.
blast. But I don't need to be blessed. But I don't need to be injured by the blast itself.
Let me take care of that.
All we need to do is some slight burn damage. I say to my left hand.
I don't like.
That can be arranged before the explosion happens.
Yes. I will not leave this to willy-nilly and let's see how it goes. Malish, this is... No. You...
I understand. Do not worry. It'll be
she's like,
carefully orchestrated. And I'm sure you'll be able to pull it off without any real danger to me. Had Sean still been in the city, we could have asked him, but I'd rather not involve anyone than we already.
On that note, this weird box van that looks like it's from the 1930s drives past, and someone is throwing out pamphlets, ruby red pamphlets. The smoke coming out of that diesel thing is insane. Like it's...
That's anachronistic. We'll continue this discussion in one moment.
And one of the pamphlets like hits the ceiling, and like the like front view mirror, like not mirror, but the front of the car, Window.
The windshield.
Windshield, thank you. And she, you see Jay just not even giving a shit. She's about to wipe it away, but you feel like, fuck no, don't do that.
Wait 1 second. And I exit the car, walk slowly around, pick up the pamphlet with two this is like a pinch like that, and I walk back and sit into the car, and I look at it.
Exhibition. 1 week from now. The Red Mummy.
Well, fuck me with a chainsaw.
A great exhibition of antiquity world, of occult and a magical experience. Come see the Red Mummy.
Where is this being held?
Where it's being held? It's been held. It's the bottom of Cop Hill.
First of all, really big arts, big antiquity exhibition in the city, and the Toreros know nothing. I think not. That lying little ship been keeping secrets, has she?
They look shitty and like home printed and basic.
Okay, so it's not like that. Then it's more less than that. More like I had it to JJ.
What, gypsies?
Egyptian.
What?
Scarab. No, I believe in coincidences. They happen. I just don't trust them. Also.
Well.
Also, JJ, I had a dream last night.
We don't dream, sire.
I know.
I
look at her, but like I look in the mirror, like this, the little slut. Remember, looking at us. I know.
On that note, the camera's going to pan out into the Y. You don't know how long you've been sketching.
No, but it's been a long time since. I mean, even though this is just something that I'm sketching from a dream, it's still. I find it soothing. It's not stressing or annoying or any. It's a feeling that I haven't had for a very, very long time.
All of a sudden, you hear a soft knock on your door.
Mm?
It's Eve.
What is it?
Mistress. The guests.
What guests?
That have booked one entire floor.
Oh, yes, of course.
Is here.
What? In the hotel or here, as in wanting to meet me here?
He's insisting to meet a proprietor of the Y.
I'm probably just like in a pair of undies, so not very dressed for any. Let me just get dressed and.
May I help you, mistress?
Please.
Of course. What kind of statement do we like to
Have
portray?
you met him?
I have viewed them, yes.
And what do you think is most suitable?
Bring your A game, mistress.
Is he kindred or mortal?
I would presume kindred, mistress.
Oh, good. Well, time is ticking.
Yes.
Maybe. Well, no. Surprise me.
Well, if she gets away, she puts you in actually almost like a royal not royal blue, but a dark purple gown. Like the high collar, open arms,
Mm-hmm.
like floor length, but with open back. And just a very loosely tied up hair. So you're just like super business, but so casual.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yes, I wake up in a gown, motherfucker. That kind of attire.
Mm-hmm.
This is suitable, mistress.
Yes, I think this will do. You have great taste. I mean, it is my wardrobe, but still, you have great taste.
Thank you, mistress.
Well, show him in, I guess. What is it, Eve?
He's sitting downstairs, and there is an entourage. I'm not sure you want all of them in your private quarters.
No, just the one.
Okay. She walks off.
Is it unmanageable?
No,
If you
it's
want
fine.
me, I can come downstairs instead.
I'm sure I can make him move, mistress.
It gives you any trouble?
I'll let you know. She disappears. You almost feel a little bit like not exhilarated, but like, something's finally happening.
I haven't been in this mood for a long time, I think.
No. As the elevator door opens, very slow, do you sit in full view of it, or do you wait with the sofa that dipped down?
Yeah, I'm sitting. No, I'm actually standing on the balcony with my back towards.
Well, then you
whoever.
hear the clicking of Eve's heels, as you said. Mr. Spice, I would like to introduce Philip Castor and his companion, Aria Callisto.
I'll turn around.
And now you, because you see, like, Eve is standing aside. When you stare at Philip Castor, he's slender. He looks like the actor now plays Magneto, the younger one.
He's German English. That's sorry, my mind. Fassbender?
Yeah, but with very long, almost like whitish hair. You clearly see that one eye is absolutely dead.
Mm.
There's no like was dead when he was human, dead.
Yeah.
The other one is very bright, but he walks with a cane. And you see clearly he clearly leans on it. His dress, his suit is in a purple black. He's got almost like a reddish, pinkish shirt on with the same color tie. He looks insanely fascinating. Like your Torador is like, yes, what is this? We like this. This is fascinating. He's almost 190 tall, so he's quite long. He's not very like muscular. He's more like not gaunt, but more like a runner type physique. And he looks about anywhere between 30 to 40. Impossible to determine. On his side, which he holds his hand, is this stunning middle Mediterranean girl with long curly hair, almost to her waist. She's dressed in a blue trench coat, black stockings, and blue heels. You don't know what she has underneath. She's only probably wearing mascara, no makeup, but she's stunning. She has a pulse.
She has a pulse. Welcome.
You see, almost like he's like,
I am.
Miss Price.
Yes.
I'm delighted. And he bows like the old world bows.
Oh, manners, I see.
I try, and then he leans back up on the cane.
And this is
Miss
A
Callisto.
Mr. Castor. Is that correct?
It is indeed Miss Price.
Welcome to the York. Well, not
It
the
is-
York, but yeah, the
It
Wilds.
is astounding.
Thank you.
Astounding. As you are a vision. You see his one eye that function, which is almost like a jade green color, and it's so vibrant to the dead one. His hair he kisses his shoulders barely, middle parted.
I see I have competition though. And I look at her.
But then she actually blushes and looks down. This is my beautiful companion, Miss Callisto.
Pleasure meeting you.
As you, Miss Price. It's an
Hi.
honor. There's
I
an accent.
usually- Where from? Do I know, or is it just
Spain, Italy, perhaps, maybe Mexico. It's Latin in nature.
Usually I get a little heads up for such honored guests. But you, I have not heard anything about before. And I do apologize. I don't mean to be rude. It's just that intrigues me. That makes me a little giddy. I like things I don't know.
Good. We are vagabonds, we are travelers. But we know how to treat kings and queens. Again, you look at him and you actually think he is very sincere. Did you like my gift, Miss Bright? You see smiles, and then you see almost like canine.
So you are the mystery gift giver. Yes. It was quite beautiful.
Good, I'm pleased.
How did you know to give me such a gift?
He almost like he leaves, like he stretches out his arm and he brings Miss Callisto. My companion is very talented, beyond even my understanding and reach, and he looks at it very lovingly. She told me to do this, and I trust her impeccably.
So not just beauty, but also brains. I like it. You have good taste. I go closer to her and I kind of just look at her.
You see this timid demeanor is a facade.
Yeah.
You see a very smart young thing. You're not sure if she's human or ghoul. It's weird. She smells something.
I'll walk past them. Do you want to sit? And I kind of usher them towards the sofa.
Please. And as he walks, you see he struggles. There's something really wrong with one of his knees. And she helps.
So why Boston? And why us?
You are linked.
How?
And then he looks at Callisto. Maybe she should. I do not understand everything that she does. And she said, "You're too kind, Philip. I come from a long line of seers. I help my master to travel of places of prosperity for us.
And Boston is that place for you?
I have seen and I have been foretold I should bring him here. And bring the red one.
The red one?
Yes.
Who is this?
It is his most precious keepsake from the old world. The red mummy. Do not judge us, Miss Price. We are not just a traveling freak show.
Oh, the thought hadn't crossed my mind.
Good.
I like beautiful things as well, as you certainly know. And by sending me the picture or the painting,
a part of the collection that we have. Hard to give up, but I was foretold it was important to show our sincerity. If we didn't, you wouldn't let us stay.
funny you say that.
See, he taps the knee. Thank
The
you, Callisto.
sincerity you speak of, then why hide what's underneath?
It's a part of the artifacts, Miss Price. Are you but one layer, or are you an onion?
Cute.
It would not be a precious thing if it was just a glass pearl, Miss Price. It's a precious thing because it keeps secrets and tells stories.
What does it tell you then? I'm curious, because if you've had it in your possession, then surely.
Oh, it tells me many, many things. And I'm eager to show you, of course, but right now we are. And even though I do so much appreciate your company, Miss Price, and that we have been taken into your beautiful establishment, I have others with me. I'm sure the prince.
Yes, I would have suggested that you should be announced to the prince.
We would prefer it if it was here.
Any reasons for that?
Then you see Mr. Castle looks at Callisto. It has been foreseen so.
And do you only act on these visions? Do you have free will?
My free will is my visions.
Who's speaking right now? Him or her?
Her.
Yeah, and look to him.
Isn't she astoundingly beautiful, Miss Price?
She's a vision. Excellent taste.
He keeps his cane and he claps his hand. Ah!
If I didn't see the bond between you, I might not be as well. I'm missing the words I'm trying to say. Wouldn't be as polite.
Ah, I understand your meaning.
I do like new faces in the city. I do
And
welcome it.
we are new faces, and we are here to tantalize, entertain, and educate, and perhaps more.
May I ask where you hail from?
I hail from, well, not here. Spain, he says.
What clans do I know, or what alliances do I know is from Spain? I mean, Marianne kind of knows.
Any clan, well, but like he hasn't said anything. He's like,
no,
Espanol.
Yeah, but
La Sombra.
Yeah. But are those the? And because Marianne knows this, But she would know it as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear the weather is beautiful. I haven't
And
been there since I
Ramnas.
was a child.
Well, the nights are quite comfortable.
I do miss
Mm.
Europe.
Well, I have an estate you should come visit. But now we really would like to stay here.
I'm not going to take up any more of your time, but don't be shy. You know where I live.
Well, no, we really would like you to introduce us to the prince.
Yes. I will make sure of it.
Okay. Again, you see he looks with his good eye. Very much, as soon as possible. I think perhaps, if not, it would be rude.
Well, while you wait, there is lots to see in this town. And if you need access to any of my establishments apart from this, speak with Adnan. And he will arrange things.
Excellent. He gets up and he walks toward you to kiss your hand, actually.
I'll let him.
Cold lips. A cheeky grin. Thank you so much, Miss Wright. You see, she also bows. Her long curls to her waist, like dance around. She looks like a wild thing, like a beautiful thing, dangerous thing. Human ghoulish. We will get situated in your beautiful hotel, eagerly awaiting an invitation.
I will let you know.
Thank you, Miss Price. And he leaves.
Yeah,
he leaves. Did Taya do something? Did Chris do something?
He did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Oh, we did the breakdown. We'll do a breakdown. We'll do the last break before the last scenes of this episode.
Yeah.
No worries. Tiny break. Bye. Back from the little break we had to have. We're going to jump into the scene as this new kindred is getting acquainted with his facilities at the Y. As Shiv is what does Shiv do?
I think she'll pick up the phone and call Chris.
Chris is in the car, has the pamphlet. He's about to call Devinta.
She doesn't care about these rules of the city necessarily, but I think these are her guests, and yeah.
Nice to play ball.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and she knows how Chris
flaunt the rules of Camilla. It's not like the prince will stake you for the sun.
Play nice, little ones. Play nice.
Answer declined. Let her wait a little bit.
You guys are assholes. Answer.
Call again.
Yes.
Did you just decline me? I hope it was important.
Yes, I'm looking at some very important paperwork at the moment.
The pamphlet of the Red Mummy.
Who knew being prince was so interesting?
Oh, it's a lot of pushing papers, a lot of boring meetings, and
why don't you have people to do that for you, Chris? You don't have to do everything by yourself.
Well, a lot of a prince. Now, what can I do you for?
Well, I have received a couple of interesting guests at the Y, and I think maybe, perhaps, they forgot to introduce themselves to you first, but they are aware of their mistake and they would like to meet. So I actually wanted to...
Just arrived, they need to somewhere place to stay, so yes, that could be arranged. But
Would you care to come down to the Y tonight or tomorrow? I'm guessing tonight is out of the question. It's already late, but still.
No, it's early. You just got up.
Yes.
You just got up.
Yes.
It's so late. I've been up 2 hours.
I should make time for them today, but quite frankly, if they're going to introduce themselves to the prince in the city, I feel that they should come to me, not me going to them. So inform them that they
but
can...
that's on me. I'm sorry, but that's on me. I said that you were renovating. I thought you were renovating. I didn't know.
Yes, but I can see them at the tower. I can see them at the tower. You can say that they are most welcome there in 2 hours' time.
Why don't you come down here, and then you can have your little shiny thing back as well. 2 stones with one...
Chris really
2
doesn't
birds
like
with
the
one
idea
stone.
of...
Sort of.
Chris really doesn't like the idea of the prince being put on a away game court to accept entrance new ones either.
Gotta be flexible.
No, he's got to be 80. He's severely contemplating 86 of them from the city and barring them in. Who are they at least? Could you at least tell me that before I come
Let's
running
just say
down
that
to
they
you?
come bringing gifts.
No, not Greek, are they?
No.
Well, at least if they're staying at your place, you probably have their names.
Yes, it's Mr. Castor and an entire entourage and his companion. And they are
And the
getting
companion's
situated,
name?
and that is also why I would suggest if you want to meet them tonight, you should come down here to make it.
Insolent
Sort of
people.
get it out of your way.
What was it in the companion's name?
Miss Callisto?
Castor Callisto. What, no Pollux?
No.
I'll be there in about 2 hours' time.
I'll make sure things are arranged.
Excellent. And he hangs up. We'll have to drive back, JJ. I need to change your clothes. I'd like you to accompany me.
Of course, sir.
And, yes, I think I will. And I call Mr. Winter.
Very shortly you hear. My liege, my prince, yes.
Mr. Winter, I'm sorry to call and give such short notice, but it seems that the city has received some guests, and I wondered if you would like to join me in wetting them.
Of course.
Excellent. I could use a perceptive eye.
I would love to, my liege.
Excellent. JJ and I will pick you up in an hour's time, if that is enough time for you to get ready.
It's more than adequate. More than adequate.
Brilliant. And he hangs up. Should probably inform my own clan as well, shouldn't I? Yes, that would be the polite thing to do, so we'll call Miss Savage.
Well, you have to ring, and then you hear, yes. But she
Miss
doesn't know your number.
Miss Savage, is Christopher here.
Oh, hi, Christopher.
I'm calling on official business, and as you being the primage in the city, I think you'd like to know that apparently there's some guests that have arrived in the city, and I'm going down to wet them now with I'll bring JJ for my protection, and I'll also bring De Winters for some added perspective. Would you care to join as well, or do you not think that would be necessary?
Well, hold on. She puts you on hold. And then she's back. When is this?
Is 2 hours time enough for you to get ready if you'd like to be with?
Yeah. So I have a stockbroker. Yeah. That's fine. You can pick me up.
Excellent. We'll pick you up.
Oh, bye, babe.
Right.
She does
Time
not
to
give
show.
you.
No, time to show some force. A bit of court. The rest can be notified later.
God damn. All right, the camera.
I don't know any, but I don't know any of that name. Do I? I asked JJ as well if she's ever heard of.
Casta. No.
I'll go through that and pamphlet again just to see if there's any names mentioned there.
No. Well, on that note, we're gonna go back to Shiv.
Picking up her phone again. In the elevator, kind of going down. I'm calling Alexander.
Well, med 2 or 3 rings. Hello, darling.
Hey, babe. Are you busy? Well, I know you're always busy, but are you too busy for new guests?
Not at all.
We
What?
have new guests.
Oh.
Out
What kind of
towners,
guests?
Not. I am a little bit unsure. Let's just say they don't necessarily share the same allegiances. Maybe they do. I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh, you tickle my fancy now, girl. Are we talking they might have been before and now they're
Mm-hmm. Well, at least I think so.
Where's my invite?
This is your invite, Alex.
Oh, I love you, girl. Yes.
2 hours. They are to be introduced to the prince, and I think maybe Boston's Harpy should be there.
I love this. Of course because I can talk it up or I can talk it down.
Exactly.
It might be a success or it might be a devastating
failure. You might have the title, but you are certainly wearing the crown.
Girl, you know I can spin it. You know I can.
Of course.
Of course I'll be there. With bells on, my dear.
My sweet.
Of course. He's elated. Yes. He's like, yes. Oh my god, you guys are rallying?
And actually, sorry, I said down, I meant up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to send Eve a text and ask them to come to my quarters in 2 hours' time. And
right.
I would.
Well,
but
then...
I'm giving them a time like 5 minutes later than the prince. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because I'm in such a good mood.
Are you gonna go up?
I'm going to go up. I have to go up.
Do a perception awareness.
Ooh, I have visitors, obviously. Okay. Did I eat? Did we eat?
Yes,
Are we
you
hungry? Okay. A 2.
You feel them now.
I don't make a big fuss out of it, but I'm scanning the room as I go in. Someone should really put a bell on you.
You almost say it like a laugh, but like someone very serious, not trying to laugh. Like you asked something. He steps out of the darkness. Something is difficult to give because of the power. for the deal we made.
I wasn't sure if that would be too much for you, if you would honor that deal.
He walks in, he's like, he's wearing a like black shirt, black pants, like black. He's not wearing any color ever. She's worried.
What?
That someone's moving against her. He's walking around the room. His fingers gliding the glass sarcophagus.
I want to stop him, but I also know that his rose is there, so I'll allow it.
But she gave up.
Yeah. Does she know who?
No.
Huh. And this worries her, you say?
She's powerful, Siobhan. More powerful for your poppy prince. He only sits there because she lets him.
I mean, she's been swimming with the sharks forever, and he's barely got his toes wet.
He walks close, almost like, yeah. Again, he moves very animalistic, not like a white shark now, more like a wolfish, like the way they sway their body. He tilts his head. She knows many things and has a lot of allies that he doesn't understand. He's too young. There's no history.
The knowledge, is that from you? Towards him, towards us, what we did, what happened? Or is it other things? Do you know?
She knows a great deal.
She knows what you did.
My mind has been stripped, raped, guarded and quartered by her. Now she leaves
I could have said I'm sorry that I empathize with you, but that was your doing.
And it would be an insult, wouldn't it? It looks down at you. I took pleasure in what I did to you. I felt it was just. And then you see pain in his face. I was wrong. I was wrong. And she's wrong.
How so? She doesn't seem the type to be rattled.
She's dangerous when she's hurt. She's not hurt yet, but if she feels it, she will create havoc. She will burn a village to see if there's snakes in the grass. Do you understand what I'm saying, Shiv? Miss Price. Sorry. He actually recoils when he was intimate with saying your name.
I think I understand. And I would expect that of her. Do you know how she lashes out?
With someone you probably think is a friend. Not you. She doesn't suspect you. She doesn't think of you.
Good.
It's almost like he wants to touch your hair, but he doesn't. He recoils. You are nothing to her.
That pleases me.
It should, he says, very sincere. It should.
we need a little break.
Oh, we need a little break.
I'm
We need a
sorry.
little break.
Yes.
There's a little booba that needs something. We are going to have a quick break again, and then we're going to go into the last scene of the evening. Bye.
Be right back.
Be right back. All right, back from the break. We're just gonna jump in where we left off, which was with Shiv and her unwanted guest in her private chamber. He then stares down at you.
What is it you see when you look at me, William?
He looks away for a minute. Shame. Mostly shame, but also hope, if you deem it so.
Hope. For whom?
Me.
I know that longing. I understand it. Didn't think about it that way.
You know, I do not wish this existence. It's pain, torment, what she does to me. She asks of me. I don't wish it. I don't want it. Sometimes death is better. I cannot give this to myself. I've laid it on your altar. You are my salvation, hence you are hope.
I hope I'll be strong enough.
So do I. I'm not gonna take a lot of your time this evening. You asked of me to divulge information about the Queen when and if I could. She's wary.
Do you know any of her allies that you speak of?
I am not in a state that I can give it.
I'm not going to push. No, it would be for naught.
If I could be transparent and if I could, you know, I would edge towards my release. Giving you that would give me what I want. You know the blood-bound, Siobhan. It is perverse in nature. Master to slave. I live on my knees. There's a shackle around my neck and I deserve it. I know that.
Your words.
But heed my words as you have asked of it. She has friends you do not know of. Perhaps someone you think is kin. Again, you see his fingers glides over the glass sarcophagus. There's a pain in his gaze. when I can, when there's room, I will give you more. More is asked of, is it not?
It is. Always is.
Yes.
I have to ask you, William, this one thing. I know you've answered me before, but I need to be absolutely sure. Do you wish for her to return?
Of course.
Mm.
I wish she could live and be happy and be content.
Do you think she can do that here, this time?
Who am I to determine if she could be happy or not? But at least, if there's a possibility that she has a chance to.
And if this is to happen, and if I'm not able to, would you help with her host?
Of course. Of course.
She's almost thinking that she's lucky. But she doesn't know. She's not.
He looks down. Love is a cool thing, Miss Price. It makes
Coolest of them all.
It makes slaves of us all, doesn't it? He looks over his shoulder as he says it and glides into the darkness. And he's right in that notion.
Definitely.
Two hours glide quickly past as kindreds of the society that has been beckoned are moving towards the Y.
Then I just have to clarify, was Aiden a happier place this time?
What time?
I was going to... Shiv was going to... Sing.
Oh, she didn't. Oh, she didn't. We'll do that another episode.
Okay. Okay. Well, better hope she has the good spirits.
Because she didn't get to do it. Oh, does she want to do it? Does she want to do it?
That was the entire reason to go upstairs, not to meet some random dude hanging out by her love.
Then, excuse me. You gotta wait. You gotta wait for
fine.
that.
That's fine.
No, because these are important. Does she pick up the vibe?
That was her whole intention.
I just wasn't sure if she's just gonna have a view, but
no,
she's
she
actually
needed to test Hashimoto's what he said, yeah.
What he said, yeah.
And I think because she was in a good mood, even seeing Willem, it didn't break it. Like,
she's still feeling that.
Yes, she is,
tranquil.
And she's actually also like there's something exciting and dangerous with these newcomers that she understands are not necessarily as innocent as they.
All right, but then she's gonna go. Balls deep. Then how many? Then she's got 5 left or less. 5 left, I think. 10.
But this is after she started.
She did 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is the 5th.
Yeah. I didn't actually remember. Yes.
No, I do. Well, then we'll doing that before we do that.
Sorry, Chris.
No,
you just
fine.
have to wait.
I'm looking forward to Mr. Winter seeing you.
She doesn't still know that she's coming or seeing her, so.
Hold on, Chris. Well, then, still feeling the sensation of actually feeling hopeful, joy. The scarab left something indescribable within. The blood doesn't feel scary. It doesn't feel like wandering into a deep, dark unknown. So she drinks as William has left, and she's staring at the sarcophagus in the most beautiful of secluded havens. The moment the liquid hits the palate and glides down, you are pushed into whatever state that Hashimoto has created for you. You are in the velvet rope, sitting at the bar. Soft music is playing from somewhere.
Is there anything on the bar? Is there any glass? Is there...
There is a glass, and you can see a stain of red lipstick. There's this much left, and as you look at it, you see it's being tipped up, like it's poured in more. You see his hand, and you smell his hand. What, a black shirt, but it's rolled up. And as you look, you see that the curl's bouncing down, and he pushes it back as he's put red wine into your glass. The cheeky smirk.
You look happy.
I am. Strangely, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a safe space. Like, I don't know, like the doors are closed, and I don't know, like the winter and the ghosts are somewhere else. He laughs. He touches your hair and your curls and plays with it.
Still remember when you first touched my hair. I thought it was Ophelia, but it's not.
No, never. Never. That was not really, not love like this. It was the known, the expected, what you thought you wanted. Not that lightning bolt sensation where you don't have a choice anymore, when the powers that be decides that you can't sleep, drink, or eat if you could. If you couldn't, just for a moment, gaze upon the person that has your affection so.
Would it also make you dream? You
made me dream. You made me dream.
How?
I wish I knew. I didn't question it too much. It was like he starts looking around. He grabs your hand that's holding the glass, and he's looking around. Shiv, where am I?
You don't know. You don't remember.
If you're gonna lie to me, let it be a sweet lie. You see, almost he's like getting very emotional. Let it be sweet.
I'll take his hands and I just hold them tight. You are home. You are with me. You are right where you need to be.
Why do I feel that there's someone who is knocking on the door?
Don't think about that. Don't worry about that. Think of me.
I do. Constantly.
Us. And what we will be, we will. You are my moon, Aiden, and I will do anything for you, absolutely anything.
he grabs you and like he really like he kisses your cheek really like in your head, and he's like, but do you hear it though? And he whispers like into your mouth, into your ear. But the sound. The sound.
Aiden.
Is it horses, Shiv? What is that thing that's...
Could it be heartbeat, my love? And I'll drag him like down, trying to distract him.
Yeah. And as you do, he's like, I never want to harm you or cause you any pain. I did something wrong, Shiv. My God, I did something wrong. I did something so bad.
Push away his curls and just kind of stroke.
At one point, I need to pay for my crimes, Shiv.
Not now, Aiden. Not now. You've already paid. Focus on this, on the moment, instead of thinking of what's ahead. And I'll...
You see, he looks very confused and almost like, again, you can see in this state, he's like, he's hearing something. Oh, that woman is shouting again. Can you hear her? Why is she shouting? And then you remember when Trixie said that. God, she's shouting. What is that? Can you hear it? Is it just me? Is there someone upstairs?
Probably
and he's
is.
like, oh, nobody should be upstairs. And he's like, I'm just gonna... Nobody should be upstairs.
And I'll try and hold his hand. Let's go together.
Who's upstairs? Where am I? And then you see almost like he's glitching in panic. Who's upstairs? Shiv, where am I? He grabs you really. Where am I?
Home. You're home. You're with me. You are safe, Aiden. You're safe with me. Here.
And then you hear the horses behind you, the planes. He grabs you and you feel him like, I died, Shiv, didn't I?
But you're still here. You came back for me. Focus on that. Please, Aiden. You came back.
I love you and I will never let you go. But I think I'm dead. I think, almost hear him like almost swallowing a cry. I think I died.
Your soul didn't. Who you are didn't.
Over his shoulder, you see this grassy plain with these flowers blowing, and then you see the silhouette of the rose standing there, staring down. He's holding on like a madman, holding on for dear life. And he's just whispering, I think I died. I think I died. Why did I die? What did I do, Shiv? What did I do?
Holding him, caressing him, kissing him. Nothing I wouldn't do.
They died, Shiv, didn't they? He leaves like that and he stares into your eyes. Did I kill them?
They were already dead. Don't worry.
He leans in to kiss you. You feel him almost shaking, and then you're snapped back, straight back out. The last thing you almost like you can feel on the horizon is the rose staring down.
The whiff of roses are a little too close. Are you still here, William?
He is not. He is not.
look at Aiden, Rose. And if Trixie's dead, I don't know who I'm looking at. Maybe, yeah.
It's actually when you see Trixie for a minute with her purple and curls and colors, and she's laying there in her like naive beauty. It hits you though. Hashimoto said she was gone, but why do you still see her?
I mean, he said she was gone as well, but is that like, was it because of Shiv's erratic, sorrowful, angry self, or where did you go, Trixie? Where did you go? And she does know that the whole thing with the Trixie and the goddess, but still.
But she's basing everything on other people telling her.
Well, she has no other sources.
She has no other sources if she's not looking in different areas.
No.
Well, actually, on that note, we're gonna leave the greet me to the next episode because this has been a long one. So we're gonna do that the next one. Yes, perhaps with these new guests, maybe both Chris and Shiv might learn something about what they are, what they have, and what the city could be.
Dangerous place.
Yeah, sure. Sure, trust the Black Pharaoh.
Red.
Yeah.
Red mummy.
Black red. Tomato. I'm sure it's not off the top anyway.
I'm thinking maybe you shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yes. Trust the outer gods.
It's gonna be interesting. I'm then I'm gonna ask you viewers, what do you think? Should Chris meet and greet these new kindreds and say, "Hey, stay cool, yeah, love it," or should he be like, "No, no, get the fuck out
off,
get the fuck out of town and take shit with you"?
But on the other hand, they gave very fancy gifts. Why would someone give such a thing?
You say gift, I say assassination attempt.
Nobody likes an unwanted guest. We shall see.
Well, I do.
She's into it. She loves it. She's keeping it. But though that was Chris's gift, the scarab.
Yes, it was.
How easily he's gonna give that up? Probably not.
Well, she did promise to give it back now.
We shall see. That might be in a ruse.
Promises.
Promises. As I said, don't be surprised if there is actually a physical guest coming up in these games. Because, I can't just torment these guys, especially when they're scowling at each other. We might need a kumbaya moment with a third party. Who knows?
Someone we both gonna hate, you mean?
You need one. Wow. On that note, my players, thank you so much to endure the pain and pleasure I give to you in equal amount, I think. And for you viewers, thank you so much for your comments, likes, and follows. We do so appreciate it. So click all that stuff. Please do comment. We're into it. We love it. Thank you. And until next time, stay safe and take care of one another. Any of my players want to leave us with a final word?
Get out now.
On that note, deep dark. Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.